This one's true.
You know, it's difficult to imagine how we ever managed to survive without one of these.
I don't think I could last more than 5 minutes without mine.
I think I can go a bit longer than that, Kevin, but, you know, even so, I amaze myself with just how much I do use my mobile telephone. And I think, like a lot of people, that has meant that I've started to wonder about the invisible waves that they give off and whether or not they really could be doing us any harm. But is that fear just another bit of old junk that we should consign to the dustbin of history, along with our Motorola Dynatacs and original Nokia 3310s? Well, Steve Brown has been out to investigate.
It's really difficult to know what's the truth, especially if you're not from a scientific background. You understand the information that's being presented.
To get to the bottom of Ashley's worries, we've sent her a visitor, Yolanda Ohini, a biophysicist specialising in brain activity.
Come in.
Thank you.
To help put Ashley's fears to rest, Yolanda needs to understand them better, so she's got a challenge for her. Yolanda's got a set of stickers and she wants Ashley to rate the appliances in her home as to whether she thinks they're low, medium or high risk when it comes to radiation emissions.
I'm guessing that this smart meter is quite low. I think the Wi-Fi box is definitely going to be high and medium for the PlayStations. And I think the laptop is probably quite high. And my mobile, I think, is definitely high. I think I'm done.
Okay, so it does give off some radiation, but it's a radio frequency wave, so we can change this high to perhaps a medium.
Right. That's quite shocking. I really thought that would be a lot higher.
So at one side of the spectrum, there's this ionising radiation. So it's very high energy, high frequency waves. X-ray is a common example of ionising radiation. So people are told to keep behind the LED screens because it can damage the cells within our body.
Yolanda says in contrast, non-ionising radiation, which is what Ashley's phone and other household devices emit, is very low power, low frequency and mostly passes through the cells in the body.
It doesn't do any damage to the cells. I can actually say that probably a higher source of more harmful radiation would be from your window here.
Really?
Yeah. The sun gives off all of these different types of radiation, so the light from the sun would be much more damaging than these devices.
So you believe it would be much worse for me to be sunbathing without sunscreen in Barbados?
Yeah, exactly. It would be so
Than
much
using all of
worse
these devices.
than even using 10 mobile phones at the same time.
Right.
The cells in your body are not going to be harmed by this.
Hopefully, Yolanda's been able to put Ashley's mind at ease. In the meantime, I'm meeting with Professor Malcolm Sperrin.
Good to see you too.
Director of Medical Physics at Oxford University Hospitals, to find out if those headlines that have got Ashley so worried have any substance at all.
Some of these headlines are startling, aren't they? You've got this here, for example, mobile phones could cause cancer and memory loss. Where do we start with something like that?
Well, you'll find lots of headlines like this. It's really interesting, this, though, because what this article's not saying is that it does cause cancer. What it's saying is that it could cause cancer. And what you'll find very often in these studies, they'll expose mice or some other species to very, very, very high levels of this electromagnetic field, and they will see an effect. But it's very difficult to reliably interpret this in terms of what you will find in an average human. There's no evidence that suggests that you should worry, but people do worry, and I think that's entirely right and proper.
But we do know there's been a 34% rise in the number of brain tumours since the early 90s. If that's got nothing to do with mobile phones, I want to know what could be causing it.
The advances in how we can diagnose brain cancers have also improved, so that will make it look as if we are seeing more brain cancers.
I see. So finding brain cancers has become easier, quicker, we're finding them earlier, and we're finding more different types.
Yes, that's right.
So there's no evidence that the radio frequencies emitted from our mobile phones cause illness in human beings.
And great to know I don't have to worry about the radiation from my mobile phone too. I mean, that is one myth, Angela, that just doesn't seem to be going away.
No, it's with us all the time, isn't it? But I have to say, sadly, that is all we have time for today. Until the next time, though, keep well, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.